Now, today's video comes from Reggie Photo, and this one's wild from start to finish. What starts out as a calm, almost casual chat near a police site quickly spirals into a full-blown debate about filming rights, authority, and how far officers can actually go when challenged in public. At first, everything seems chill, just a guy with a camera asking a few questions. But as soon as the topic of filming in public comes up, the mood shifts fast. You can literally feel the tension building. The officers begin pushing back, questioning his right to record, while Reggie holds his ground, calmly quoting the law and reminding them that public spaces mean public accountability. This is where it gets really interesting. The conversation turns from small talk to a clear test of knowledge. Who actually knows the law better, the officer or the citizen with the camera? And as the exchange heats up, we start seeing classic power dynamics at play. Authority versus awareness, control versus civil rights. That it's the kind of encounter that raises bigger questions, not just about what the police can legally do, but how they handle being challenged respectfully in public. We'll break it all down step by step. What the officer got wrong, what Reggie did right, and where things could have easily gone off the rails. And by the end, you'll see exactly why this clip is making waves, and what it teaches us about standing your ground when you know your rights. Alright, enough talk. Let's jump straight into it, because this one gets heated fast.
Have you done training today?
Yeah, it's just training.
Has it been alright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I ask why they're dressed in the different uniform that we don't normally see?
I'm not too sure. That's not us. No.
Oh, is it not police?
No, I think that's the army. I'm not too sure.
Oh, right. Oh, brilliant.
We don't train with them, so we've got all different sites.
Okay.
So I'm not too sure where they've come from or who they are.
Yeah.
It's not a net issued uniform at all, is it?
No.
You'd never have to wear that.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just interested. We're like geeks, really.
Yeah. Okay then, thank you very much.
no worries.
You take care.
Buckle up, folks, because today's audit might start off easygoing, but it quickly turns into something much deeper than a casual chat. What begins as a light-hearted moment between the cameraman and a few officers during their training soon transforms into an eye-opening look at how fragile authority can be when the right questions are asked. At first, everything seems friendly. The cameraman approaches with genuine curiosity, striking up a simple conversation, nothing confrontational, just casual talk about uniforms and procedures. But that's where things start to get interesting. He spots something off, a uniform detail that doesn't quite match official regulations. It's a small observation, but it instantly changes the tone. The officer hesitates, unsure how to respond, and that's when the shift happens. The calm, polite exchange becomes layered with tension. Suddenly, it's not just a conversation. It's a subtle tug-of-war between public awareness and institutional control. You can almost feel the discomfort in the air as the cameraman keeps his voice steady, asking questions that expose confusion within the ranks. He's not being aggressive, but his persistence quietly challenges the authority standing in front of him. It's a reminder that real accountability doesn't always come from shouting or confrontation. Sometimes, it's the calm, steady questions that hit the hardest. By the time this opening wraps up, one thing's clear. This isn't going to be a routine encounter or a quick clip. It's shaping up to be a masterclass in public accountability, showing how even a small detail can spark a much bigger conversation about training, transparency, and truth.
How are you? You okay?
Yeah, they're alright. What are you doing down here?
Pardon?
What are you doing down here?
Oh, just chilling.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Just saw you filming, that's all. We're just curious as to why.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just having a look round, that's all.
Okay.
Oh, they can get that.
Right, okay, look, sorry chaps, right, this is how it works. This is a very big police space.
Yeah.
It deals with a lot of stuff, alright, so there's going to be security issues in and around it. If we see a couple of people filming, it makes us suspicious. Now you might be completely...
Stop there 1 second. No. Stop there 1 second. She needs to tell me something first.
You might be...
Whoa, hold on. No. Hold on.
Reason for what you're doing.
Listen.
Why we're talking to you is because it makes us a bit suspicious.
Suspicious is not a crime.
I'm not saying it is, but it makes us a bit suspicious that someone's filming this area because it's so prominent as a police site, okay? Which is why we're talking to you. So I'm
Sorry
Martin.
to interrupt you.
This is Alex. Not interrupting, I'm Martin, this is Alex. We're from the Mounted Branch, and this is why we're talking to you, okay?
Okay.
If you could just give us an explanation.
No,
of
first,
why you're doing.
would you
what
like to
you're
tell us something?
Can you just answer my question?
No, it won't go any further until you tell us something. You need to tell us something.
We really need you to answer.
No, we don't answer questions on a public footpath.
Okay.
If you tell us something first, we might have an amicable conversation with you. Have you got something to tell us?
Go on then.
Have you
Have
anything?
I got something to tell you?
Yeah.
Not well.
You're on about.
Moments later, the calm atmosphere takes a sharp turn. Two mounted officers approach, their presence instantly shifting the tone from casual to confrontational. They claim the cameraman's filming looks suspicious, and just like that, the power dynamic flips. What was once a quiet observation now becomes a test of rights versus authority, and every word starts to matter. The auditor doesn't flinch. With the same calm confidence as shown all along, he reminds them that suspicion alone isn't a crime, and that public property means public freedom to film. You can see the officers trying to reassert control, but it's clear they are beginning to realize they are dealing with someone who knows the law better than they do. Each question they throw his way is met with precision. When they press him for personal details, he simply declines. No anger, no panic, just a firm refusal backed by knowledge. Every time they attempt to corner him, he turns the moment into a teaching point, subtly educating them, and everyone watching, on the boundaries of lawful authority. The exchange feels less like a confrontation and more like a strategic chess match. Every move by the officers is countered with logic. Every attempt to assert dominance is diffused by composure. As the minutes pass, you can almost sense the frustration setting in. The officer's tone hardens, but the auditor remains steady, calm, clear, and completely in control. That it's a masterclass in how confidence, respect, and a solid understanding of your rights can turn a tense encounter into a powerful lesson on accountability.
What we've got to tell you.
You're on about us recording, and you've got to tell us at the first available opportunity you're recording us.
Let's start in a recording. NSPC body 1. Start being recording as soon as Oh, right, okay.
That's why we interrupted you. It wasn't being ignorant or.
My colleague there is just letting you know about the.
Right.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So
Cool.
Did you know about
it's
this?
just before we continue with the conversation.
Yeah,
Is there anything you want to say to my colleague on that matter?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What, that you're being body one videoed and recorded?
Have you read what it says?
Thank you.
Very briefly, yeah.
Well, this you're wanting something from us, but you need to at least.
No, that's okay.
We're not running away or anything like that.
Absolutely.
All right, so we'll go over that matter.
Yeah.
So we're just literally having a look around. If we find something, let go of this, please.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we find anything interesting on our day out today, like the horses and the training ground that you've got here, we're making a video. That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
Is that for anyone in particular?
Just for us.
Just for us.
For your own
Yeah.
And who are you guys? When you say us, like what?
Members of public.
As in,
Just video makers, members of the public, whatever you want to call us today. We've got no title.
Who watches the video?
Well, that depends who we show it to.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like,
do they get posted online, or how does it work?
Well, it depends. If I find something of a house fire or something, I might sell it to a newspaper. If I find a police station with some training going on, I might show it to my.
Thank you. So the fact that you've got that and you're got that in such a sort of like show me state means you've been stopped before. Do you film?
You guys film us, but we're not allowed to film things that we want.
Yeah.
No,
we're not saying you're not allowed
you're not allowed. What I'm saying
is, have a chat
many
about
people.
No,
we're not allowed.
This man's attitude, come on, like we have to listen to him. We could. That also, he's got information there. We can actually walk away from you.
Yeah,
if we're not being detained.
You're not being detained. No.
Well, we can just walk away now. But that we want.
You could do, but then that's going to make us be even.
It doesn't matter. Well, then you're going to follow us back up the road. You just need to have a better approach next time.
I
think so. I think so.
We agree to disagree. I think that.
You was very polite. What I'm saying is the attitude. We must understand. We don't have to understand anything. We just if we're doing a lawful activity.
Conversation to go anywhere, we've got to understand each other, haven't we? So let's.
The standoff deepens, and the tension in the air becomes almost tangible. The auditor, standing his ground with calm assurance, once again reminds the officers that filming in public is not a crime, it's a lawful right. His tone isn't aggressive, it's measured, deliberate, and rooted in knowledge. Every word cuts through the uncertainty like a quiet declaration of fact. The officers, still uneasy, insist that they are just being cautious. It's the standard line, the shield of procedure. But the auditor doesn't let that pass unchallenged. One by one, he breaks down each claim, calmly explaining why suspicion isn't justification for control and how public oversight strengthens, not weakens, accountability. His clarity and logic leave little room for argument. As the exchange continues, the energy begins to shift. You can see the officer's confidence waver, not out of defeat, but realization. Their attempts to assert dominance through vague security concerns no longer hold power. The man with the camera has turned the situation into something far more meaningful. A moment of education. For the first time, the officers begin to actually listen. Their tone softens, their posture eases. What started as a tense confrontation slowly transforms into a live lesson in rights, respect, and restraint. The scene becomes less about conflict and more about understanding. A rare moment where authority learns from the public it serves. By the end of this exchange, it's clear. This wasn't just about filming. It was about awareness, the power of staying calm, staying informed, and standing firm when it matters most.
Depends from what...
You got to understand, in this day and age, with everything that happens, if we see people filming prominent buildings and stuff like that, we're going to be suspicious. That's a normal thing to think, isn't it? Okay?
But in our eyes, why would you walk by something so interesting and not get...
No, I totally get that.
Yeah,
I totally get
we've got
that.
two points of view, and that's what we're talking about, and that's what we're trying to bottom out.
That's understood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But prior to that conversation, we don't know that, do we? Prior to stopping and chatting to you, we don't know anything about this situation, really. So until we learn more about the situation, a bit more about what you're doing and why you're here, then we'll kind of be a bit more like, okay, that's fine, or maybe it's not fine. But until we ask some questions and have a chat,
the guidance says that we don't have to account for what we're doing in a public space. So basically, if what you deem is suspicious just by having a camera and pointing it at your building from an outside perspective, we don't deem that as like, because we're not doing anything like out of the ordinary in regards to suspicion. We're just
have a conversation, can't we? As like
you can, but the guidance does actually say that if about social media vloggers and stuff, it basically says that we should be just left alone.
Okay, but we are allowed to have a conversation with you.
You can have a conversation,
Yeah.
but the reason why I was interrupting him is because I couldn't help over here. You're putting your body cam on, right?
Okay.
And you're quizzing us about using the same device. Oh, all right, we're not pointing it at you in particular.
It's a sensitive police building. That's
Sensitive.
You know that,
Well, it's like that's like Johnson's baby cream, isn't it? You know, everything's sensitive these days.
But you must understand the way the world works, yeah.
Well, no.
And that obviously people want to film police buildings, police vehicles for not very good reasons, for not very nice reasons.
Well, we don't know about that because we haven't got that.
Hostile reconnaissance. Even though you might not be doing that, and you might not have that mindset, and that might be the furthest thing from your intention, that still is something that happens in the world.
Yeah, but hostile.
This is where the audit truly hits its stride. A turning point that separates a simple encounter from a masterclass in preparation and composure. The officers, still trying to hold their ground, repeat the familiar line, "We're just doing our jobs." It's a phrase heard in countless interactions like this, but the auditor is ready for it. Without raising his voice or breaking his calm, he brings out the facts, quoting directly from the NPCC guidance that clearly states vloggers, journalists, and members of the public must be left alone when acting lawfully in public spaces. The moment is powerful, not because it's confrontational, but because it's precise. His tone stays measured, his words supported by official policy. It's a textbook example of how knowledge disarms authority. Then, with perfect timing, he flips the perspective. He points out that they are filming him, and doing so without providing any formal notice or explanation. The irony hangs in the air, impossible to ignore. The officers, who moments ago questioned his actions, suddenly find themselves on the other side of the same logic. And then comes the knockout line, the kind of statement that leaves a mark. He says, "If this was hostile reconnaissance, we wouldn't be showing our faces." The effect is instant. Silence falls. You can almost feel the realization settling in. The officers exchange glances, caught between authority and understanding. Logic has just outplayed power. It's one of those rare MIC drop moments in an audit. Not scripted, not rehearsed, just pure presence of mind and factual precision. The kind of moment that perfectly captures what public accountability looks like when it's done right. Calm, informed, and unshakably confident.